What's up? This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. We're in League City at the Clear Life HQ. I have two guests in studio. They just had some good performances last night. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we're going to talk all about it. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Super Glue, and
I'm Hayden.
What's up, guys? So last night, Elevate put on an amazing card from the beginning to the end. There was fireworks. Y'all were the main event, co-main event. I guess, Josh, tell me what happened last night.
Man, honestly, it was a surprise to me too what happened last night, but watching the video, I mean, when that bone to bone action is happening, it's things break, things happen, you know what I mean? And but they had good fights last night, huh? There were a lot of good fights. Really good. I feel like even when I was in the back, I kept hearing like the crowd like everybody going up and down,
Yeah. I didn't watch any of the fights.
I just heard though, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was loud. There was a lot of I don't know if y'all got there early, but the parking, man, like it was. Yeah,
it was packed.
It took a while to get in there.
Yeah, it gets backed up, and then people are even trying to park like on the streets in different places.
Jeremy parked on the Beltway. Literally, he parked on the freeway.
One of the buildings, they had an announcement, and they're like, "If you do not work here, do not park in our parking lot." I think it was like a hotel or something there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start Clear Life Valet. So we got Clear Life Media Valet. Start making like $20 a pop. Hey, we'll park you.
Yeah, y'all do it all.
We got you covered. So if you want to go back and watch the fights, you can do that on Clear Life. There's a replay, and we're gonna be pushing out highlights all week. After fights, that's literally what we do. Hayden, tell me about your fight. What happened with yours?
It was good. I got a replacement like 3 or 4 weeks out, so I didn't really know much about him. I knew he was more green, you know what I mean? Not like the kind of opponent that I had. The guy I had was 1-1 for Cage Warrior, so I was more excited to fight someone more experienced, but it was my first pro fight, so I mean, it wasn't a bad look, but I didn't know much about him, so I had to just take my time, and it worked out.
He came in there. He looked ready. He looked in shape. Yeah. He prepared. It was his pro debut, which it was yours as well, right? Is that how you envisioned it going, or did you have a plan going into it?
Not really. We really didn't know what he was gonna do. Mm-hmm. We didn't have much information on him. Like I said, he was green, so there wasn't a lot to look up on him. So, like I said, you could see in the fight I was just real patient, and then I ended up getting a takedown off the kick, and I felt his grappling, and I just kept him there because I felt like I had an advantage in the spot I was in.
Yeah, Josh, you gotta watch Hayden's fight for the first time, like right before we went on. What did you think about his performance?
Oh, I thought honestly it went exactly how we kind of like planned it, because I told you he's either gonna come out there and he's gonna go balls to the wall kicking you, or he's gonna come out there kind of, and he came out there kind of calm, huh?
Yeah, calmer than I thought.
He threw, but you. What I'm saying is, you played that calmness in that first part, and then you found your opening.
Yeah, I just slowly started getting on that gas after like getting a read, because I heard he was a purple belt, so I was like, maybe he's gonna shoot. So I just kind of waited,
because there's no film on him, so it was just like you just got to be ready for whatever, because you really don't know. Even with the guy I fought, I knew that he was gonna be kick heavy. I didn't think he was gonna go and then throw everything he had into every kick, but I knew he was going to be kick heavy, Yeah,
I wish that and maybe this is something that could be implemented in the future on like the regional level, but those the counters, like how many punches, how many kicks, and you could go back and rewatch it, but like with the UFC, they do that with like the body comparison, like where it's all hit. That would be really cool to be able to see that.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
But yeah, he came out throwing kicks. I mean, what did those I guess that didn't surprise you because you kind of were prepping for that, or what'd you think?
It didn't surprise me, but it just, like I said, it every kick he threw was literally with 100% power. Like a friend of mine said it last night, and it's the perfect example. I feel like when you play the UFC game and you hold down the power bar, the power button, the RB, seriously, and you just throw power punches, your cardio goes all the way down. That's literally how I was thinking about it in there. I was like, all right, blow that steam off, because I haven't even started. I've legitimately just been blocking, doing this, throwing some calf kicks, whatever, so I hadn't even got started yet. So in my head, I just knew I needed to stay calm and let him blow off that little steam he had, and then I was going to pick up,
Yeah.
And this was my first time, well, my second time at 55, but my first real planned move to this weight class, so when I felt him throwing that hard, I just was like, I can't rush this. I need to feel it out. I need to sit in here, get comfortable, and then I'll start picking up. There's no point for me to just I try to get wild with it. Like because I'm a sharpshooter, so I needed to take some time, and then that happened right when it was about time for me to start getting in my groove.
Yeah, and another thing, I think maybe we talked about this before we went on, but he was trying to get the glove touch.
Yeah,
and y'all were looking right at each other.
I was looking dead.
You were looking straight at him through him.
Dead. I was looking dead when I was looking dead in his chest. I kept seeing him do this, and I ain't got nothing against the dude, but it's just once I got in there after the weigh-ins, he was doing this and doing that at the weigh-ins. I was just like, I'm not showing you no mercy in here. Like it's I'll we'll be cool after, but that's why I jumped on. I remember seeing him go down. I was like, because I could easily could have walked off. That could have been one of those walk-off like fights, but right. I literally right when I saw him go down,
got some shots in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
he would have done the same. This
right.
is the fight game. The same thing I like to compare it to is the Aswell fight. Like whenever I busted him open in that first round, if the doctor would have stopped it after that's a dub. The way that he looks at how our fight got stopped, he looks at that like it's a dub.
Right.
The doctor stopped it and he was jumping around like Rocky. You know what I mean? Like that's just the fight game sometimes. But Buddy, like I said, that's that bone to bone. If he kicks me, if somebody kicks me and I check it and their leg breaks or something, that's a win. That's a win, and this is kind of just similar. It's just you don't see it ever because, it's just a weird situation. The arm check, I guess.
Right. Hayden, you said you didn't really get a chance to watch any of the fights, but I'm sure you watched Josh's fight, right?
Yeah, I just watched mine and Josh's.
Just yours, then.
Just because it was right after, though.
Yeah. How did you see that fight take place?
His fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of just how I don't know. We train together every day, so it's like. I just kind of I knew how it was gonna go. You know what I mean? I didn't think the guy was gonna be that kick heavy, but it's just one of those things you got to be patient and kind of just push forward on guys who are kicking like that, because especially with those jumping kicks, like you're gonna slow down eventually.
Right.
I mean, some guys might not, but
right.
When you have a guy pressuring you and hitting you in the body, like you're gonna end up slowing down.
I feel like that can take a lot of your cardio.
Oh.
You get tired of that jumping up,
bro.
And you're giving the pressure up because they're gonna start walking you down. That's what you have to do with someone who's kicking. You have to pressure.
And bro, when you're like I told you, I'm telling you from my body feeling it. I'm telling you, he was kicking me with everything he had. Like I remember feeling it, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta stay calm, because if I even be dumb and I throw something and he hits me at the same time, like them are shot. I don't care who.
In the liver
Yeah,
or
I don't care who you are. You can.
You gotta be a little more reserved.
Yeah, you can go down.
Right.
We're not Superman in there. You can go down. So I legitimately remember feeling like, all right, I gotta block. I need to make sure I'm staying safe, because like I said, he's throwing everything he has, and I haven't even started yet. So when I get started, it's gonna get bad.
Yeah, there was a video you posted at the weigh-ins, and there was a little bit of words exchanged. I guess what happened from your perspective?
I'm glad you asked, just because there were like 3 people who were trying to say that I was being cocky or I was doing this, and I'm like, bro, before the face-off, he was talking. He was staring at me the whole time. I was doing my fight pictures, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're a small lightweight. You're like." He was just trying to get in my head. He wasn't, like disrespecting me like that, but he was just kind of doing too much. Like it's just me and you in here. There's other fighters in here. You ain't got to act like that.
When we were in line too, like after Josh walked by, he was like measuring his height to his nose kind of thing. Like he was looking for anything where he felt like he just could make himself feel better.
Yeah, anything.
Like, to kind of, I feel like it's just, I don't feel like he was mentally as strong as he kind of.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I feel like on the arm check.
Well, it's like the Instagram story he posted too, though. Like,
what we talking about?
Some people like talk like that to make themselves feel better.
They're trying to convince themselves.
It doesn't mean he's not confident, but
I mean, he has a great record. All finishes 7-2. That's and he trains at a good gym.
Extreme
out
Couture.
there.
That's one of the best gyms in the
right.
He trains at Syndicate too. He goes both places.
Right. Yeah, I was talking about that with some of my people that we work at Clear Life. My friends and stuff here. Just something like this dude's legit. 7-2. This is a big fight. You could have. We talked about this.
I could easily go fight. Like I said, I could go fight guys with losing records or not this or not that. Bro, that's something I can always stand on. I told a couple people last night, I don't care what you got to say. I take real fights every single fight. I don't have one easy fight on my resume, and that is factual. Like, even my losses are like, they're like such good losses because it's in New Mexico. I fought on a mountain in New Mexico. I was 22 years old. I fought a 28-year-old who was 7-0, and he never fought again. Second fight was the Russian. I fought up a weight class, 1 week notice. The third was the BS with the Aswell fight. You know, so it's like I've taken all my wins and my losses are like, those were real fights. Those weren't like, those weren't tune-up fights, whatever. Those were real fights. Like,
Josh, let me pick your next fight.
Hey,
let me pick the next fight.
And bro, even for this one, because Chris had sent me a list of guys, and I went through it, and I ended up just telling him whoever will take it. And literally, we went through them 6, and they just all kind of fell through, I guess. I don't know the full details, but they all fell through. And then he came in the picture, and he had messaged me and said that he took the fight. He's from Vegas and all that. And I just was like, come on. We got to do – somebody's got to do – somebody's got to get in there.
Yeah. Hayden, when do you think you want to fight again? I know you were talking about some things, I guess. And
I'd like to fight again soon, just because like I like fighting close together because it's like almost you're more comfortable doing it. But I'm like blind as shit, so like I'm having a hard time seeing your eyes from here. So I think I'm gonna get not LASIK. It's called PRK. It's better for like combat athletes or football players, people, anyone who gets it in the head. Because I guess LASIK they slice your eye so it can get knocked back or something.
Yeah.
So I think Thursday I'm gonna go talk to whatever doctor about getting all that done. And I think it's 2 or 3 weeks to heal. So take 2 or 3 weeks off to have good vision the rest of my life. Kind of sounds like a good deal. But if something happened to where I can't get it, then yeah, I could fight in a couple weeks. I don't want to do the weight cut, but
my thing, you got to remember too though, like now that you're pro. You don't have time. Yeah, you don't need or want you. I want you to be active. You want to be active, but you got to remember now that you're pro, like we need to make sure that each training camp is like dialed in. And
yeah, I think it's just his fight because his fight, like I felt like I could have fought someone better, but yeah, I mean that's not my problem.
But hey, I was gonna say it's definitely not your problem. You had a good guy. This guy, I told someone last night because look, this is what. And I was around drunk people last night. Somebody told me they were like, "What you think about the guy?" Oh, you know who said it? I'm not even gonna say his name.
I already know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. He said, "So what y'all think about the guy Hayden fought?" And he said it though, and he was kind of like talking down about the guy you fought. And I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. Hayden was gonna fight a guy from Cage Warriors, who dropped out. This dude jumped in on. I told him 2 week notice. I didn't remember exactly, but I told him I was like, "Hey, bro, anybody jumping in to fight Hayden." There's
a ton of tape.
That's the
you can go look you up and see it.
No, you can, but like, not even his tape. This is the #1 bantamweight in the U.S. 3 weight class champion, 2 promotion. Like, I'm just saying that's not a regular guy to fight in your pro debut. Guys, in your pro debut, it's more like you fight guys like him, kinda. But him jumping in to fight you on his pro debut, I don't care what his skills look like or what he did. You gotta have.
Says a lot about him.
Yeah, you got to have something in there to just be down to go jump in there on 3 week notice. And this guy's, you've watched video. I'm sure you watched all your videos. You like putting people viciously away.
That's what I told my girlfriend. I said, dude, like, why is he signing the paper? Like, you know what I mean?
But that just showed the kind of person
he sees something, or maybe he didn't.
Well, that's just him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm giving him props because it ain't easy to just go jump in there. I'll go get some dudes your size and be like, hey, you fight Hayden? I guarantee you they're not gonna sign up for that. So him jumping in on a 2 week, 3 week notice, bro, that shows that even though he might not have been as legit as the first guy you had, he was legit inside.
Yeah. And I was gonna message Chris last night, but it was like too late, so I didn't want him to think it was like some like midnight motivation or something. So, but I was gonna message him to try and get that match again with Johnny Gill.
Yeah.
Because I like the matchup, and I think he's good, but like I like the matchup, and he already said yes, so I feel like it's an easy fight.
I think because I talked to Chris about it, and I
not
guess he's
easy fight, easy fight to make.
Yeah. He was a firefighter, and there was some stuff going on, all that. So I mean, I understand.
Yeah,
like,
we were fully.
we
were fully thinking, like he's probably really got that with the storm that happened. He's probably actually saving the city. Like,
just because we've been through that here. I know what that can do.
Yeah, and so bro's really probably actually out there like really doing a lot of help and whatnot.
Josh, what about you? How soon? What does the rest of this year look like, or what are you thinking?
I really don't know yet, but I mean I don't want to take too long off myself. My feet are swollen right now, and so I definitely just gotta make sure I heal from that. But I ain't got no I didn't get no cuts or nothing like that, so that's great. So I'll probably try to get one in February. That's what I'm thinking, February or March.
Yeah.
Just trying. And the thing with me, being in this new weight class, like I just had told him, I need to get on the weights, and I had been on the weights, but I still need to add a few pounds. I need to look like that.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the
big
goal.
bantamweight.
But that's my goal. Is like I need to make sure I put on at least like 4 more pounds, of size, because I am a smaller lightweight still,
Dude, did you see the pictures last night of us? I was bigger than you.
Yeah.
No, I swear to God, I was bigger than him.
No, you are. I've been telling you that.
I put on 20 pounds.
He talks about he talks about himself like he's so small. I'm like, bro, you're taller than me. Like I'm literally just wider than you. Like,
yeah.
You're because I told him about fighting at 45 too, because I'm like, bro, you're eventually gonna go to 45. Like you already have a good weight cut at 35, and he has a healthy weight cut at 35, but he's still young. He's when he gets 25, 26, 27, he's gonna put on more size, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna be good and comfortable at 45. Once you get there.
Yeah, I saw you posted some of the scale. You're like, hey, I'm like 19, 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I was 54.5 that night, so it took 8 hours and I put on 20 pounds. No, I probably fought at like 51, I'd say.
Yeah,
or
me
something.
too.
Just because your body's flushing still.
No,
so
me
it's
too.
like,
I think I was like 72.
Yeah, but I think that's normal. Diego Lopez, when they did the short notice thing against Dan Ige, I think they said Diego Lopez was 61 or something. So it's like the same for him going 45, it's 16 pounds. So
is that the one when he had to like cut and then cut again?
Well, he cut, and then they had to check his weight to make sure Dan Ige was within range.
Yeah.
But it just shows like he's at top level, guy, and they're only putting on that much.
Right.
I think the bigger guys who are like 180, 190, like they put on 30 pounds, like Pereira. But they have more muscle.
Body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that you did a different rehydration method on the story, and that stuff's interesting.
Yeah.
As well. So what'd you do?
I used Macario's stuff because he had been telling me about I like how Macario's all into like the all natural. I try to eat like that, you know what I mean, and do everything organic. And I always have like really bad acid reflux. Never have it other than weight cuts. And so I messaged him like a day or two before the weigh-ins, and he kind of sent me everything, and I did his method, and dude, I felt really good. Obviously, it's still a weight cut, so the next day you're still not feeling the best, but it's the best my guts ever felt. The weight came on the fastest it's ever came on, and I don't know. I recommend like if you ever do a weight cut, like hit Macario up about it because it was very, very helpful.
Yeah, and he made a really cool video. It's actually entertaining. I've never cut weight.
Yeah, I watched
ever.
his YouTube.
And I was like, hey, this is good. This is good content.
No, he actually he's actually legit. He's actually really legit in his stuff he's doing.
And he's done it. He's not just like some nutritionist who's like cut the weight. Like
trying to tell you. Yeah.
He's done it,
Yeah. Did you see? I think he posted he's going to move up to 155. I saw on a story he said that this is my last ride at 145, and he's going to be a 155.
Bro, I was hoping so. I literally want because me and him are cool now, but I wanted to message him and literally tell him like, bro, you are too big to be cutting down to 45.
Dude, his photos. You can see like every vein.
That's what we were talking about, bro.
Strong,
you see him throwing punches, his arms, his
He'll
chest.
be better at 155 too.
100%.
Like, I think he'll be way better.
100%.
I already think. I mean, he's good, but I mean, he'll be.
Well, he'll have more. He'll have more weight. He'll have more endurance. He'll just literally everything will be better because he's not. Because like we've talked about this, it don't matter how scientific you do the weight cut. Weight cuts are always going to be weight cuts, and when you have such a big one, it takes away. I don't care how good you do it, it's going to take something away from you. You know what I mean? But that's why we try to do it the best way, so that we can try not to lose, as much as you lose. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he'd do a lot better at 55 for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Real cool guy.
That'll be good. Good to see. After this fight, I guess you and him are cool now. Do you ever see, even like with Augustine, that maybe y'all will be cool?
Yeah, for sure. Even I walked when I saw him because like I said, backstage or when he was talking. Like he was cool, you know. He was backstage. He wasn't on anything like that. He was cool, you know. And I told him, I was like, I'm probably gonna be in Vegas this upcoming week or something. I was like, if I can come out there, I'll come train, you know. So I might see about doing that too. I've talked to Macario about training too. I just I had hurt my shoulder when me and Macario were talking about training, and I didn't want to go risk it with my shoulder, you know. But I'm probably gonna end up doing that soon though, for sure.
What you got going on in Vegas?
We got that
drugs. No, I'm joking.
I'm just picturing you doing that. That's just funny. No, with Shane Somnovsky, he's fighting this Russian in Vegas, so I think I might end up going out there and just make a little training trip out of it too. You know, go train at Syndicate or Extreme Couture or whatever. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
As long as my foot's good though.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna go to that appointment for my eyes, and I don't know how far out they schedule when you get the surgery, but I'd like to go up there. I went to Syndicate one time. It was just for a day. I went to watch the UFC fights up there, and the coach I worked with, it was a sparring day, and everyone there was super nice and like welcoming. I've been to other gyms, like bigger gyms, and like it's a lot more like they're trying to beat you up because you're new, but everyone there was nice. The coach I worked with, Instagram, it's like Trauma Muay Thai or something. He's a Muay Thai coach, but like, he hit pads with me, helped me. Like, they're just very like nice up there.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That's cool. Well,
he got to watch Marab do his like morning workout before the Noche.
And I sparred with Jordan Levitt.
Yeah.
he loved talking about that.
I did.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Las Vegas. Yeah, I've been to Vegas one time before. It was actually like a media conference where they roll out like new gear, like cameras and all this stuff. But I don't gamble, but just like walking through the casinos, like I'm gonna go eat the food. There's like buffets. I always hear all this.
I ain't never been, so I'm that's
you got to right. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have some stories, right? Because have you?
I don't have that much money or anything, but it's addicting. Like, it's the most. Me and my girlfriend, like I said, we stayed out till like 3 or 4 in the morning. I don't even drink. I've never drank in my life. Never been drunk. Never will probably. And we were out.
Get you a shot one day.
No, I don't think I ever.
We're gonna get him a shot one day.
We stayed out till like 4 a.m. our time, and like it was so addicting. I don't even think we won anything or lost. Like, we went home with nothing. It's just the rush. Like,
yeah,
it's like drugs.
That's a win though. Like breaking even, right?
That's a win.
Yeah,
that's what you're fighting for all night. It's just to break even.
That is a win. There's so many people who blow their life savings and loans. And,
well, because you think about it, you're like, man, if I put everything I have and I do win, that's double.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then when it doesn't work out, bro, it doesn't matter what bank you have. That ATM works.
It doesn't matter. It'll push it through somehow.
That's so right.
And now they have all these like websites, and you can bet on literally anything.
The online's bullshit. I've lost a lot of money online.
Yeah. Like the different sites or like sport, like the Texans, like fights, anything like who's gonna hit first.
You could
like
bet
all
on
kinds of stuff.
You could have bet on if Joe Biden was gonna fall asleep, or I remember seeing. I'm serious. There were betting lines on if Joe Biden was gonna fall downstairs or Donald Trump was gonna be. You can bet on anything.
Yeah,
literally, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess as the online betting got so big, people put more into it, so you can bet. You can bet on anything. Yeah, it's crazy.
I was at her college graduation, and it was at like a baseball stadium, or what's it, Minute Maid? It was at Minute Maid, and I was playing Baccarat on my phone. I made like $100-something bucks. I made one big bet, and I lost everything. And I was so pissed. And she was like, "I graduated," and I was like, "Yeah," and I lost 126 bucks.
Oh man,
I was just pissed the whole time, but it's fun.
Yeah. Josh, you last time you were on, we did talk a little bit of politics. You surprised by anything with the election?
I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm just man, we talked about the politics thing. It's like that's a hard thing to talk about sometimes with people, because people get personal about it, like some people take it real personal, unadd you, unfollow you, do all that, but it's like I promise you lost more than me, but I lost some too. I was like, what are y'all?
Haley lost like 40 followers.
That's insane.
Wow. Just because she reposted a picture, she ain't even say nothing.
Yeah, she ain't even say nothing. I actually said something. Damn. But it's just crazy how personal people take it. But just some of the things that they were I don't know. It was. I'm just happy though.
I think a lot of people are, even the people that maybe didn't vote for him, because I'll see some like, I guess, passive aggressive, or maybe like they're being sarcastic. It's like, well, I better see like cheaper groceries and gasoline. It's like, well, you probably will, like,
Yeah.
I hope you're happy with your stuff. It's like, well, I hope y'all are too.
I don't know if you saw, and I'm not all the way educated on the war thing going on, but like Hamas supposedly had called a stop to the war that's going on out there. I'm like, bro, he got in office yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if y'all think that this wasn't a positive thing to go on for just everybody in general, you're not thinking right.
And sometimes people, it feels like they would see the United States as a joke. I feel like we've kind of been a joke for a while, and then the respect from, even Putin and, China, that they're sending out these things like, just like acknowledging that it happened, and it's more of even a form of respect. It's like, okay, well, hopefully the United States is seen as something to be respected. And there's also a lot of hope. I feel like there is hope that there is going to be a positive turn in the economy and, when it comes to wars that are going on. So,
well, bro, if you looked at the map, I saw this yesterday. If you looked at the map, all the states that Kamala won, and this ain't being biased or anything, all the states she won are states that do no ID voting.
Yeah, I seen that.
And who do you think voted for it? That's where all the the illegals who came in, they voted in those states,
Right.
Like, and she won every single one of those states. There was no photo ID. All the other states, Trump won every single one. I'm like, bro, that's scary. Like,
yeah,
that's scary because that means that they let all them people in for a purpose, and,
right.
And their purpose could have worked, but just didn't.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think just give it a chance and be hopeful about it and try and hold everybody accountable in politics.
I think people's issue with that is like they don't like Trump, and I'm like, bro, you don't have to like Trump.
I think a lot of it is that they're just following other people's opinion.
Yeah.
I don't even think they know why they just know like their friend doesn't like them, and then they're like, oh, I hate him.
Like
Screw
Beyonce.
him.
It's like,
No,
Beyonce
exactly.
and Cardi B. So
right, oh, bro,
Florilla.
Right.
Bro, imagine being at a rally and that's what's going on. I couldn't
That's
even believe
crazy.
that. I couldn't even believe that. Literally, that was unbelievable to me. Bro, do you know who Charlie Kirk is?
Or is it Glorilla?
Okay, you know Charlie Kirk. Bro, I've been watching so many Charlie Kirk videos, and it's crazy. That's all the people who are like, were the Kamala supporters or whatever. Like, they would ask him, "What about Trump? Like, what has he done?" And I've never seen anyone say anything other than the insurrection thing, or when the people rushed the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. That's the only thing they talk about. And I'm like, bro, he had nothing to do with that though. Like,
right.
It's just people being people.
He had left. He was like, wow.
Yeah.
He was gone. Something else I saw that was interesting is there's some guy named Scott that was really working on getting people registered to vote in Pennsylvania, New York, and I think swing states. But this dude went and got, I think over the last 4 years, 200,000 Amish people in Pennsylvania registered to vote, which I thought was low-key amazing, right?
Yeah.
I used to play in a band, and so we would tour and stuff, and so I've been to Pennsylvania. I remember the first time, growing up in Lamarck, right, myself, and like just driving through Pennsylvania and seeing a horse and buggy and a cart.
Damn.
But the band that I joined, like they had been a band before, and they were like signed and stuff, and so they had toured and all that stuff, and I was like, what is this? Like, do y'all see this going on? Like, they don't have this on Lake Road. Like,
on Lake Road.
Yeah, seriously. Like, but it was legit. Like, these Amish people, and they want to be left alone. And I guess there was something that happened with raw milk. Someone got sick, and then the government came in and like, hey, we're gonna find y'all and do this.
I think
stuff.
they're happier people.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
people like
honestly.
that.
Like,
Actually,
no distractions, no social media, and all that.
They have a place in Santa Fe that sells raw milk. I've been trying to go. Like, I don't do too much dairy.
Right.
I've actually been eating cheese as of lately. I really like Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend makes it. That has nothing to do, or it kind of has something to do with what I'm talking about. The raw milk thing though, like I've been all fight week. I've been watching nothing but like food videos and stuff, and like Paul Saladino and all these guys talk about raw milk, and I think they push it a little too hard though, because it's definitely good for you, but they're just pushing it. But the place in Santa Fe, there's a farm out there that sells raw milk.
I know there's Ken's Hens that does eggs out there in Santa Fe, And then I've heard of the dairy place. I've never been.
I want to go, but I always look at their Facebook and they'll sell out at like 6
Super
or 7
quick.
a.m.
Yeah.
And they're like $20 a bottle, I think. But I want to try it just because, I mean, they say it's good for you.
Yeah.
I've never tried it either. I want to try it.
I'm sure it just tastes like milk, but I guess with all the nutrients.
Right. And I think that is it. RFK, who's supposed to be like in the health side.
That's the other thing about Trump winning that I'm like, bro, are y'all not happy that he wants to take chemicals and clean up like the American diet? Like, because that's the number one issue with cancer, sickness. Like, it's not everybody's not just getting sick for no reason. Like, it's what you're eating, and you literally got a president who wants to clean it up.
I went and I bought a Celsius this morning, but other than that, I eat really healthy. But Celsius is my vice. I went in the gas station this morning. It's 9 a.m. This dude bought a vanilla, Bluebell ice cream, a Slim Jim, and a fruit punch.
Was it Kurt?
No, bro, it was 9 a.m. though. It's like, bro, but to them, like, there's people that eat like that normally though.
Yeah,
I'm like really big into like eating clean and like, you know, I'll have a chocolate muffin every other day, or not every other day, but like here and there.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's just eating bad is very normalized.
No, he's good. He's real good about his eating.
Yeah.
I'm good with my eating too, but I'll get some Wingstop.
Yeah.
I'll get some. I'll get some Whataburger every.
That's
so
Haley's
often.
dream right there.
What,
Dude, after
Wingstop?
leaving the ULH, I drive by that Whataburger every time, and it's like, I just see it. Yeah, that one right there, trying to get onto like 45. I'm like, I go get me like, what do they got? Because I'm a sucker for pictures when it comes to marketing, and I'm like, just like, what do they got? Like, oh, it's a banana milkshake. That sounds awful, but I see the picture that's like good, or they got for a limited time, A1 thick and hearty, or like whatever. I'm like,
that gets you.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had fast food in a very long time.
Yeah.
I did do Chick-fil-A like 2 years ago or something.
2
but like,
years ago, they would say like 2 weeks.
But like I don't eat fast food. I don't do.
Dude, it's so expensive now too. Like, it's like you want to go get a meal, and it's like $15. Like for
really, I haven't been. The only thing we'll go out and eat is like tacos or something like that.
And tacos are good though. I mean, if they're like good meat
or
good.
Sushi. I really like sushi,
Bro,
but not like the sauces.
I've been thinking about that sushi place since we went.
Which one?
You want to go back?
Yeah, no, we can.
We have money.
We got money now. We won last night, and you got the knockout bonus, which I want to talk about. But what's the sushi? Place?
What's it called? Sushi Moshi.
Sushi Moshi. It's like have you ever been to Ohio?
It's like Ohio or something like that. I've never been there, but I've seen it.
It's like it's like a all you can eat, but it's
by
like
Barnes and Noble and Nasa.
Yeah, so it's like I guess it's like a sister restaurant, or like the owner left there or something, but it's the same thing. It's just a nicer restaurant. But bro, $20 all you can eat. I get the same thing every time.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay $15 at Whataburger. It's delicious, but you can pay $20 and eat all the sushi you want.
It's such a steal.
That's a good deal.
Bro, you talking about the sushi, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I'm like, bro, $20 for their lunch thing, and you get all you can eat.
That's
like,
crazy.
You can't beat that.
You get a turkey sandwich for $18.
No, literally. Yeah, you cannot beat that. I was over there eating all kinds of cool things, and for $20, I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
I'll still do energy drinks like maybe once every other day or so, and I like that. But I always get like with the fake sugar, which I know is not bad for you. But probably in July, I stopped. I started doing carnivore, and I dropped a lot of weight. Like I'm a lot lighter now. But that was the main thing. But now I've started incorporating some things back into my diet, like vegetables, probably for the last like month and a half, 2 months or so. But that's mainly what I do. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel great.
Basically, when you cut weight, you kind of go carnivore. Mm-hmm. What I noticed is like I don't do good on that because I need carbs. I did this weight cut with carbs. Like I did way more carbs. It wasn't a lot of carbs, but like if I don't have carbs, I feel like I'm gonna pass out and like fall over.
Yeah.
So like I did carbs and I cut down from 52. I started the weight cut at, and I got down to I was 57, but the week before I was 52, 51. And I got down to 35 having carbs, But I just feel like I'm real skinny, so it's like I don't got a lot to, I guess, use. But I tried the carnivore thing too or whatever, and I tried going vegan when I was like 18 too. That shit is stupid.
It seems like it would be really difficult.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I didn't even know what to eat.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it, but it's like you said, it's difficult, like extremely difficult to sustain that.
You watch one documentary and it makes you do some crazy. shit.
I've tried it. Like I tried juicing. It was like Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. This came out like in 2010 or 2011, where this dude juiced it. But it was so hard because like that's all he did for like 40 days, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna try and do this.
I'm talking about
for like a week. Nah, it was really hard, and
grape
it was
juice is really good.
So much cleaning dishes and like your blenders and all that stuff. And I was like, bro, this is too hard.
No, you're right.
It's definitely good for you.
But
though.
like being on mainly carnivore, I think they call it dirty carnivore. When I'm on like meat, cheese, eggs, and you can have dairy, like I could do that all day. Like I just cook steak, burgers, like just have it all the time. Like even going to like Cafe Petra. Have y'all ever been there? It's like a Greek place.
Yeah, John went there before my fight yesterday.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, give me like...
I was supposed to go there with y'all one
like
time.
a half a pound of like the gyro meat. It's like, I'll just eat on this.
I don't like the gyro meat.
I like barbecue too. Like I'll just... Like on the way to the fight yesterday, because we were there super early. So me and Chris, who's running the podcast, shout out Chris. I was like, I called in Rudy's. I'm like, hey, give me half a pound of brisket and a link of sausage. On the way, I was like, this will last me.
From where?
From Rudy's.
You talking about the place in League City?
Well, they're at like right off of NASA by the movies.
Yeah,
kind of before
by the Cinemark.
Like Academy. It's like one of those right there.
I've never had that. It's good.
So the thing I like about Rudy's is, and I told this to Chris yesterday too, they're everywhere and it's always good. Like if you find something that you like, it's going to be the same, which is really hard with barbecue because I feel like it's a science and a smoker, what kind of meat you get and all that stuff. Yeah. But it hits.
It's not like fast food. You go fast food, it's the same everywhere. Like
right. But
barbecue has to be cooked.
Exactly. Because I go to like local barbecue places and it's like sometimes good, sometimes it's okay. But Rudy's, it's like
every time.
It's consistent. And it's like I'm in Dallas, I'm in Austin, I'm in here at home. It's like it's pretty much the same, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, they're on
They figured it out.
Have you ever been to Terry Black's?
I have. That's in Austin, right?
Yeah, we went one time. It was like, I don't really eat barbecue like that, but it was after, I guess, I don't know if it was my last fight or the fight before we went. And like I said, I'm like not new to barbecue, but I don't eat it like that. And I just felt so rushed, but it was good.
Yeah. It's one of the places that has like a line and stuff, huh? Sometimes.
Yeah, we got there early though. Like we skipped the line right when we showed up. The line got behind us. So,
yeah,
but they rush you, dude. Like
that's the place
to get in and out because more. people get in.
I'm like, I don't even know what half this stuff is. Like, but
I have too many kids, and so if I'm in Austin, it's like they're not gonna sit or stand in a line or whatever.
The workers seem stressed, dude. Like they're like, dude, she got a free hat or a free bib on accident because they made her leave. Like she was trying to pay.
She's like,
I swear she was trying to pay for it, like and they pushed her out, and she was like, well, I'm like, well, I mean, don't get back in line for that shit.
Yeah. I don't even have to cancel my card this time.
That's Rogan.
We don't talk about that.
Joe Rogan.
I think he's talked about that.
Yeah. Gordon Ryan talks about it too.
Yeah, I feel like he's talking about. He's probably sent
it's just
them
a popular
so much
place.
business, because that's how I heard about him.
Oh, okay.
That's why I went because.
You heard about it like that?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, it's got to be good, and it's just, I don't like barbecue like that, so it just.
But what do you get when you go like to a spot?
I don't remember what I got. But
like even if we were at a barbecue spot, would you be like chicken?
I try a little bit of everything.
Just try it all. Yeah. I'm like brisket, and I want like the really
brisket.
fat brisket with like all
brisket.
The bark on it. That's what I order every time.
I love brisket.
I like sausage. Brisket. No homo. I the sausages.
You like sausage.
But
my wife, she'll get brisket, but like super dry and lean, and I'm like, bro, it's like I'll eat it that way, like last resort.
I've never had fatty brisket. I think that's what it is.
Dude, there's so much flavor,
bro. It's
and there's nothing wrong with like when you eat a lot of fat, it makes you feel full. You know,
yeah.
Like even that's like a carnivore, like cooking with straight like Kerrygold butter or anything like that, like eggs or anything. The fat, but I don't know. RFK could probably talk about this, but what I've seen and I've heard and talked to people, they're like the fat makes you feel full. Like I'm gonna eat eggs, cooking with the butter, steak, butter. But we were told like, oh well, fats are bad. You're gonna get fat. It's like no, that
you need the right fats.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So
real fats.
Yeah.
Hey, so you got the White Rabbit knockout bonus.
Bullshit.
Last time.
Well, they were doing a sub of the night. You didn't get the sub?
Wait, what? They did? Did they actually do that?
I don't know.
Well,
texting Chris.
I mean, maybe
you're gonna text Chris right now. Text Chris Lopez right now.
I just remember when they posted about it. There was a knockout and a sub bonus. They were.
I think it was a knockout for pro and amateur.
They did do a pro and am. So Sergio Martinez, that knockout that we watched earlier.
I'm not saying bullshit to his.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger than me.
That was a great finish.
Oh, but did he get?
He got for the amateur.
Oh, okay.
And then you got the pro.
Okay.
Dude, I was messing with him the whole week about that, and then I got a sub. I forgot about it whenever I got his back.
You're like, no, push him off, like stand him back up.
I could have really used that money though.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah. So what does that mean? What'd you get? And then that's pretty cool. They do
I think it was just $500. I mean, that's cool though. Huh?
Just 500?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it came in clutch last night. I literally probably spent like $200 on it buying people drinks, but it was not. I told Because I ain't never had. Have you ever had those energy drinks? You ain't never.
Which ones?
The White Rabbit.
Nah.
I looked it up. It said no caffeine.
Yeah,
no, like anything.
It looked
no
legit.
sugar.
I looked into it. I told the guys, I was like, bro, send me some.
Is it like
so I can try it?
Is it like
you know?
mushroom blend or
Honestly,
like?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, because
I need someone off screen like Joe Rogan, and they're like,
Jamie-
they look it up and they start
Jamie.
reading the stuff.
Hey Jamie, pull
Producer
it up.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, White Rabbit Energy. So shout out to them. So hopefully that.
Yeah, no, that's cool that they're
Keeps
doing
going.
that because there's not a lot of promotions. That's what I liked about that promotion he fought for in Austin.
Melee?
Yeah, that they gave.
They did $1,000 finish bonus.
And they gave John a big box of
yeah.
I was finna cut
Says
supplements and remember all that stuff. They gave him all kinds
Yeah,
of stuff.
Yeah, KRATOM. I'm gonna
Kratom.
Kratom. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
heard of this. Is that how you
Kratom
pronounce
is,
it? Energy seltzer is what it says. A different kind of energy drink.
I'm scared of that.
Yeah.
I'm down to try it.
He said, "I'm down to try it."
I don't know.
But we
If
can
I want to do
have
kratom.
some right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our let's say our mission is to provide a natural and sustainable source of energy and focus that helps people improve their productivity and well-being. It's made with high-quality botanical extracts and carefully curated blend of natural ingredients. Clean and balanced boost without the crash or jitters. So, yeah, everything looks legit. I know they had a ton of followers on social media and stuff too. It looks
No,
good marketing
they
stuff.
look legit. They look legit.
They had a cool logo.
Yeah.
It's just rat.
Like
or
they
it's a
have the
rabbit.
look. They have the look of like
Yeah,
they
it
can
looks-
make it a
yeah.
big thing.
Yeah.
Because
I like
all
caffeine,
all you
though.
got to do is get them in corner stores. That's all you got to do. You get them you get them in all. You put the money to get them in a corner store. People are gonna
Right.
People
I like
love
caffeine
energy drinks.
though. I love caffeine. It's my favorite thing.
How do you get your caffeine?
I'll do the Celsius. I try not to do them too often though. Like I'll do like for the fights and stuff. Like I had it's called like it's like the Yerba Mates, but it's like a Machu Picchu. It's like all the organic. It's no sucralose, no artificial sweeteners. It's like that, or I'll do these those brain shots that they sell. Those I think they're literally called brain shots or something.
Yeah.
They're like little like
A little bitty
75
one?
milligrams, but they have L-theanine and stuff like that in it. But I'll break every now and then and get a Celsius for sure.
Yeah, I like Celsius. That's some good. And Alani, they always are like right beside each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
If
Well,
they're owned
I
by the
know the
same.
Celsius isn't good for you, but I'm like, man, every now and then it ain't bad.
I've seen some videos where they talk about the sludge. They're like, this is it's this sludge or something that someone sells to them, and they use it for energy drinks. It's pretty gross, but I'm still
Tastes
drink them
good.
too.
Hey, but I like to think that my diet makes up for it though, because
For sure.
I do eat pretty clean.
You do for sure.
Yeah. Do you normally eat pretty clean or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I do. Y'all are looking at me.
I just
like,
asked.
Nah, y'all looking. I eat good. I eat
Wingstop.
good.
I mean, obviously, yeah, you're in
It's
shape and you fight all the
protein.
time.
It's protein.
What do they
Just
cook it in? I'm like a guy, like I'll go, like she gets so embarrassed, we'll go eat, and
Ask 'em what oil.
I'll be like, what oil do you cook it in? And they'll be like, canola. I'll be like, no. Like I will not eat if they cook in canola. Like the only oil I use is avocado oil, or I started using the tallow and then
Okay.
butter. But like sometimes, like for steak, I like avocado oil because you
Yeah.
can cook it at a really high temperature.
Yeah.
It
But
probably
even
just tastes better
that
too.
Paul Saladino dude says that stuff's bad for you too, though. Like
What?
cooking
Dude, I'm getting so
avocado oil.
hungry. I'm literally getting
How
so
could it
hungry
be?
right now.
I don't, bro. It's
It's
bullshit.
steak.
It's marketing, bro.
Talking-
He pushes
No, you're right.
bullshit.
You're right too. But he's right about a lot of things.
I don't
but,
care.
But
He
does-
looks like he's hungry. That's my thing. He looks
Hey,
hungry,
you know what's
bro.
funny? That I don't. You're right though.
He looks hungry,
You're
bro.
right though.
He
You're
looks
right.
hungry. His face. I told her that. I was like, "Look at this guy. He looks hungry." Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "I love melons and steak." Like, dude, you're hungry, bro. Like, have some oats or some rice.
Yeah. But if you go to a restaurant, it's almost impossible to find something that's like cooked in like
Tallow.
good
Clean
or-
oil.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I know in Austin, you can find places in Austin.
Yeah.
They that promote it. But
And honestly, I feel like the way to, make that more mainstream is doing what you're doing. Like you gotta
Asking.
go to the restaurants and be like, hey, what do you cook your stuff in? And then if they cook them in seed oils, because that's what it is, right? Seed oils. that you
Yeah,
avoid.
yeah.
If they cook it in seed oils and you tell them no, that's gonna like force people to start thinking about, oh,
Yeah.
Right.
I should start cooking
But
with cleaner.
it's so common though that they don't care though. Like
Nah,
they'll
for
eat it
sure.
anyways.
For sure.
Like
For
people don't
sure.
even think about it. It's like, bro, my mom used to beat the crap out of me as a kid for getting bad grades. It's like, dude, you had me going to school off Pop Tarts. well, how am I supposed to be productive? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but it's
My
all
wife,
right.
she loves Pop Tarts, but one of the times she was pregnant and the doctor told her, she's like, what'd you eat today? Or whatever. She's like, what? A Pop Tart? She's like, do not
That stuff
eat
affects how you feel.
Tarts, like that's what you're, the nutrients and stuff like that.
Your gut affects, like, I forgot the percentage, but it affects your mind, like how you think and how you, like, your thoughts.
Everything.
If you're feeling positive, negative.
We have a sponsor, Texas Star Grill Shop, and they are working with us, but we're going to be putting in a kitchen, and I believe it's going to be named after them, here, but it's going to be usable, but also a studio. And so we are going to be doing some like cooking segments where people are doing healthier things.
I can make a steak. Let's do like a cooking with Volk. It'll be like cooking with Hayden.
Down. There's actually one of their Traeger. There's a Traeger, like this big old Traeger that's at my house, and then they gave us like a little one too. And so we filmed a commercial, which is actually kind of cool because someone was like, "Hey, were you in a grill commercial?" I was like, "Yeah," because we needed a family shot. But someone else was watching Yellowstone, and like the commercial like pops up. Really? It's kind of neat.
Oh, with you in it?
Yeah, well, it's a commercial that the Clear Life does. Yeah, really? And so then it's like just airs or whatever. So it's kind of neat.
No, that is.
It's pretty funny.
We were talking. Keep going.
No, that's just funny. But yeah, we want to do. So shout out to them and to cook some stuff and grill some stuff, smoke some stuff. They're a good spot.
Yeah, no, that'd be live.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about you last night though. I was just I forgot who it was. Somebody that they brought you up last night, and I was telling them about you working with Golden Boy and just whatnot last night. I was like, bro, they done did a lot since they started. Yeah. I just thought about that because you're talking about this commercial. I'm like, y'all are always on it.
I got this big studio now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you saw this building, Hayden. You sat here when there was nothing.
Yeah.
You and Marcus Rambaran are I think the only fighters that we interviewed, and not Black Curtain is on the other side of this window, and obviously, if you're watching this or listening, you can't see it, but what this was an empty warehouse with no walls and red iron and just flaking with insulation.
Yeah, I remember. I know that day too. I woke up so early. I woke up late, and I was like, I had no energy that day too. I hate watching like even this one. I probably won't go back and watch just because I hate watching like myself talk. I hate it so much, and I have a lot of videos on the internet, so that's what sucks too.
Yeah.
My family's favorite thing to do is go and like watch my like post fight interviews, and I hate it so much.
Why?
I just don't like. I think it's just because it's me.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just watch yourself talk.
Most people don't like to hear their voice.
It's like cheesy.
What sounds different in your head, and then
I don't care about my voice. It sounds cheesy. Like I'm like,
you are cheesy.
Yeah. I don't eat that much cheese, but I did start eating cheese because she started making Alfredo, and no.
Yeah, he goes on a rant about his Alfredo.
Yeah, as we've more talking about food, it's making me hungry.
I know. I haven't ate lunch.
Not
me either.
I haven't ate at all.
I'm thinking about that sushi spot.
I literally had fries last night. That's all I had. So I'm
lying.
Yeah. At the event last night, like Chris, Chris is a hustler, with Elevate, but like from the concessions to like alcohol sales and all that stuff, he controls it all. But I heard they ran out of food.
Damn.
Which is good.
That's good. Yeah.
My girlfriend was eating all the nachos. That's why.
That's really good. Yeah, I saw Kurt running around with nachos. I don't even know if he had cheese. He was just eating chips. And towards the end of the night and stuff. But
yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, our warm up area, like, because they were warming up in those hallways, and it was like, man, they had those mats right there, right when you by the girls' bathroom. And the only bad part is we probably saw about every fan that came to see us
because they were coming in.
Yeah.
Hi.
But
we were talking about it. It was funny because there were a bunch of. We were by the ladies' restroom, and there was a bunch of we were like, yeah, the restroom's right here. Or guys would come, and you got the main event fighters like telling you, like, oh yeah, the restroom's this way.
Restroom, yeah.
Hey, but it was a good spot, bro, because we put another little wall up, and like I think this is like our own little private warm up area. Like it was actually
it worked
nice.
Out for sure.
Yeah, it was nice.
Cool.
I liked it.
But I guess overall, what did y'all think about the event? It's y'all's first experience fighting for Elevate. What'd you think?
It was good. It was a lot of good fights too, and I think just like any promotion, there's room to be better, room to grow, so we can always do better, But for a second event, I mean, that was a whole day of fights, and there were people there all day.
Right.
There were people there all day because they started at 12, right? 12:30
for the super fights.
I think we had people leave at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
For Clear Life, that was there from 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But the thing that I did like is that it didn't end at midnight, and so a lot of the past
it was like a long show, and not like overly long. It was the right amount for a fight night.
Yes.
And they got to it like once because remember we were talking in the back.
The first couple went off slow, and then they got it. But it's also I don't think they had a lot of the state guys working that night because it seemed like they had less
Sunday.
guys.
Yeah.
So it kind of seemed like the state was kind of having trouble.
Short-handed.
It took me forever to get my gloves. I think I asked like the guy who was in charge of it like 6 times. Like, hey man, can I get my gloves? He goes, oh, I forgot.
With the state or the
Not the state. It was one of the guys.
Elevate guys.
He was eating a pizza.
Yeah. They kept, so at first it was funny because this has never happened before, but the Elevate gloves are like right by where I was trying to film, and they were kept like, hey, excuse me, and like after like the 4th fight, I was like, guys, I said I can't miss anything that happens. Like,
yeah. Anything could happen at any moment.
Anything can happen. I said, I gotta be able to film. Can I move the gloves? But I mean, they're all cool. I love all. I mean, I know most of them now. You know, and Chris gets like fighters and grapplers and all these dudes to kind of work and give them another opportunity to make some money and be around an amazing sport.
No,
you know,
100%.
it's really cool.
That's why I say I think especially for their second event, it was a great event. You know,
right.
And you can only grow and be better from your what you just did. So
and some things are unavoidable. Like even with the venue or like not to put it out there, but the DJ. I'm not sure who he is, but he couldn't make it. There was a death in the family, I guess I'll say.
Wow.
And so it canceled, I think, like day of, like last minute. And
that
so there was no DJ, which music, even in video or music in real life, it creates an atmosphere. There's a lot. So the first fight, there was no music. But
Really?
Yeah.
Because I heard the music going, though. I thought they were doing a good job at that. I didn't even know that.
At first, it was the music was us. So Chris was like, guys, can you play music? I need something. And so we just found like a playlist to connect to our computers to get to the venue to make sure that there was something playing.
Yeah. Y'all did a good job at it, though.
No,
Cause it was good because when I fought for Melee, it was like that, too. We were dead silent between rounds. It was dead silent when I walked out the first one.
Right.
And it was really awkward. But.
So, we just covered in the beginning, but then another DJ came in that I think has done some of the submission stuff because I recognized him.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the original one. And so then as I'm filming again, Chris is like, guys, you gotta help me out, get this stuff hooked up to where it'll go because I don't know. We're just used to the venue now.
Yeah.
But it got all worked out, and once it's worked out, it's seamless. So.
Yeah. No, it was cool though.
Exactly.
I didn't watch a lot of the fights because I was just in the back room. I went and looked at the one fight just to see the venue, see the cage.
Right.
And the one thing I did like was the cage. Man, the canvas was really grippy.
Mm-hmm.
Like fighting for Fury, the one thing I noticed, their cage is real slick. Like if you take someone down who's sweaty and you step in that same spot, you are going to slip.
On the canvas.
Yeah, if you throw a teep at somebody and you put your foot down, you are going to slip.
I felt that last night too. Like
it was grippy. It was
felt
nice.
Like I had grip on the canvas.
And it was still like a normal canvas. So like when I fought for Melee, theirs was almost like a fabric. Like you'd get burns on your knees if you shot.
Yeah.
This one was like perfect where you could grapple, do everything, and it had like the perfect amount of grip.
Yeah, I think he just got a new one.
It was nice.
Not that long ago.
I think that's
maybe
important.
like three events on it or so.
Yeah.
So, but he'll change them out too. And you know how as a
The
promoter,
sponsors.
Yeah.
with sponsors and all that stuff.
I don't know if that canvas was a one that's been used. Did you see how much blood was in there?
Yeah, I looked down. I was like, dude, it's stained.
It was fresh. It was fresh blood.
Me and you too, because I remember getting in the cage and I looked down. I was walking and I was like, oh, it's been going. Yeah, no, literally in my head I was like, hey, this is like, it's because it's when you watch stuff on TV, and this is like speaking from like someone else's perspective, but like when you watch stuff on TV and you see the blood and you see people in the cage area, you don't understand how like actually graphic and how brutal it is in there until you actually get in there. Like when I got in there, I literally looked down, I saw fresh drops of blood, I saw blood that was wiped up, I saw blood that was wiped around, and all I'm thinking is like, oh yeah, I'm about to add to this. Like I'm I'm in here, I'm in the I'm in a ditch, you know what I mean? Like I got one of us is getting out of here type. That's just what's going on in my head. I'm looking at it like there was blood everywhere. I was like, oh yeah, this is every time. I'm used to that, but like every time I get in there and I see blood and stuff everywhere, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like the modern day thing right here.
I didn't do anything. I just got a choke.
No blood added.
Dude, that's one thing I've never done. I've never like bloodied somebody up. Like I've dropped people.
And it's crazy because you've viciously finished people.
Accurate.
That's what's crazy.
Nico from ACS, so they had Dominic Perez. He was on the card too. So Nico and Drew were there, but
I heard that one was a good scrap.
That fight and Thomas Perez and Anthony Chapa, those fights were freaking wars. That props to all four of those guys for going in there. And,
no doubt.
Yeah, but Nico walked in there and he was taking pictures or whatever, and he's like walking through, and Nico's been in those battles too, and for years, right? Stepping in blood, and he's just like, oh, kind of, it was just kind of funny, but I'm sure that's probably what went through his head, too, you know, and you've been in those before too.
Like it's just you're used to it, but it's just every time you
fresh blood, stepped in fresh blood,
little reminder,
yeah. It's just it's cool. Like I said, it's just something a lot of people don't get to experience. You know.
So I need to ask Dominic, but I did interview him. So he won his last Elevate on that same pro card and the first one, but the state took it away, and I don't.
I wonder
why.
if it was for weed.
I'm sitting
because they pop you for weed.
I think I
take
did.
a win away.
I did hear that, but I didn't ask him, which is that's off. That's crazy, you know. But yeah, that was his first. It would have been his first win. They took it away, and then I'm thankful that for him, I've known him. That again, that's the first fighter I ever interviewed.
Dom's
he
a
won
good
out.
dude.
I think they take your win money from you too.
Wow.
If you
so as a fine or whatever.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say they fine you. They fine you $700 or something at least.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're not even your win money. Your win and part of your show.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they.
I did my first drug test yesterday.
How did that go?
I peed in the cup. Halfway. The dude even congratulated me. He's like, "Badass, man." I was like, "This is so weird."
Hey, I asked him.
It's good.
I asked him because I had to take a drug test too, and I asked him, if he had ever dropped pee on him. He said one time in 20 years that he's been doing that. He said there was a fighter handing him a cup over the stall, and the cup hit the top of the stall. And he said the whole cup of piss poured all over him.
Oh, dude,
And you failed. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
you popped.
Bro, imagine that. Like, a whole cup of pee. Like,
that's awful.
Oh, man. From a fighter, he's probably dehydrated maybe. The pee might be...
Some supplements, neon yellow.
Oh, man. I was like, yeah, that's what makes that job sound hard to me. That's oof.
So do they drug test every time, or is it just a random?
No, yeah, it's random. It's random. That's why I told him, I was like, that's kind of... It's just... you don't really see people get drug tested in their debut, but it's probably because he's co-main event too. They just
they're checking me for melatonin.
Are you not allowed to take melatonin?
No, like put people to sleep.
It's like there. Just rub some melatonin on your arm.
Hey, I'm glad I was telling my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm glad I finally got another choke besides a guillotine.
Yeah,
because I can like, and it's crazy. Like even when I like roll with people, I really don't get that many subs, but like in the fights, I'm able to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's when you really go for it,
Yeah,
I mean,
well, it's because I'm like actually trying to finish, and like if I get a position, I'm like, all right, let's scramble, let's get some cardio.
Right.
But no, that was actually cool. I'm like, I actually got to get it like a different sub.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about this, but another fight that people should go back and watch is that Johnny Garcia, and the other guy's name, I think it was Stout, out of Carlson Gracie. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that was a good fight too. Yeah, Johnny got the win. That's his second amateur win.
Yeah,
brings a ton of people out. Trains. I think he's maybe trained with you some or something.
Yeah.
He's
I was texting him last night and I told him, I was like, bro, like, really, that was your first fight because your first one only lasted like 10 seconds. Like you got the best of the best. So like that was his real like introduction to like what a fight can be. You know what I mean? So that was good for him. I mean, I didn't get to see the fight yet, but he said that he got caught off the beginning or something. I don't know how bad or if he just took a shot, but he said he just wrestled the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, nothing looked bad. I mean, they were exchanging, but you can tell that then he was shooting, but he kept getting those takedowns. And then there was a huge crowd support anytime he did anything because he brought out a bunch of people. So I really think I mean, I would love to ask him, but I think, and y'all would know if that fuels you or helps you.
Yeah, it definitely can. I think you see it a lot in like the UFCs, like when the arena starts cheering for somebody, they kind of come back to life almost.
And then the other thing, people continue to cheer even whenever, because he didn't get a sub, he didn't get a finish, but he was in a dominant position the whole time he was on the floor. But sometimes people, if they're silent, the ref may stand him up.
Yeah.
So hearing, the cheering, it's like, oh, he's working. Like going for submissions or whatever. Like they did not get stood up because there's a couple people that did get stood up, in fights.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, and it looks good to the judges too. Like
exactly.
You could be like hanging on for life, and then like, oh, he's winning though. The crowd thinks so.
Yeah.
Not saying Johnny did that. I haven't watched his fight.
No, he was good. He, his
grappling is not bad. We did some like, we've never grappled like hard together, but we've done like some flow grappling and flow sparring and stuff like that, real light. And he knows what he's doing. He's good. Yeah,
and I think he's only like mainly trained at Professor Giacolino's, like, and that's it. Like he had no.
I was telling him to come over. I was texting him to like come train with us more.
For sure. Yeah.
And not nothing wrong with that gym, man. But like we're high level guys, or I'm starting to get close. Hopefully one day and black belt. You know what I mean? It's like it's good to mix up your training and go train with those different guys, you know.
For sure.
Just
Yeah.
be, and like I said, be with the guys who are where you want to be, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Not saying it could be someone else that he goes and trains with, but you know, like
in general.
you just gotta make sure you're reaching out.
For sure. Josh, is there anything else you want to share?
No, not really. Not really.
Talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Made sure we touched politics.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We made
talked
sure that
food.
we check back up.
Hayden, what about you? Anything else?
No, I'm good. I don't got nothing.
Man, I appreciate you guys coming in. I know, I mean, y'all deserve to do whatever y'all want to do. Great performances last night. Congratulations on both of y'all's wins and your
Appreciate
bonus
you,
and
bro.
all that stuff. Y'all put on a show, and it was entertaining, putting y'all's lives on the line for us. So
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Well, I appreciate you pointing things like that out, because I tell people, like, I had somebody talk about like last week, they were just saying, yeah, that's all you talk about. I'm like, bro, do you not understand what I'm about to go do? Like, I've been in fights where I'm open here, nose, you know.
You have permanent scars.
Like, come on, like, like, this is real. Look at my lip. I got a scar right here, permanent. You know, there's plenty of people with, you know,
Right, yeah.
all over them. Like, bro, this is real. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
That's why I
it's-
went and
it's not
trained
a
this
game.
morning. Like, that's all I do.
I'm gonna go lift. I'm gonna go lift today for sure, just
Yeah.
because.
I mean, if I was injured, I wouldn't be able to train. But I fought for 3 minutes
Yeah,
and didn't
you're
really
good to go.
get hit.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hopefully, yeah, we'll see you guys back in there soon, and I hope y'all both get to go to Vegas and your surgery is successful. I'm starving now after we even talk about food and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, me too.
again, I appreciate you guys, and we'll talk again soon.
That's a bit.
Thank ya.
Appreciate you, bro.
This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.